Okay, so network dependent. We should be okay. Network is behaving a little bit funny these days. But I think we're right about okay. There we go. Ah, there we are. Yeah, RipX. Apologies. We had a bit of a glitch with trying to get everything started, but I think we're here now. I think we're okay. And yeah, we took the girls home. Emerald was here 1 second ago. Oh, there she is. Yeah, we took them home with us. I was running like all kinds of experiments, and first of all, is the audio okay? That's the main thing. Like, I put like a little ambient soundtrack on, and hopefully that's not too loud, and hopefully my voice is okay. I ran this through a test account as well, but trying to get everything set up in time. I love you and music. I hear you and music. Is the mix okay? Are they alright together? Like, okay, cool. If the mix is alright and it's not too overbearing, that's good. It's always a pain in the arse getting the mix right. When I was setting up this channel, I had to kind of get people on the other end to verify whether it was alright. But anyway, so we're okay. So what I managed to do was I managed to get both the girls, take them out the portal, and take them home. So here we are in the College of Winterhold. Oh, fine, Amethyst's making herself at home. That's all very well. And Emerald's over here somewhere. I've stored their cuirasses because I actually preferred the look of the armor that they've got, the UNP versions. But I still can't get Amethyst to wear hers at the moment. But I can get Emerald to wear hers. But I kind of preferred the... Where's Emerald? There she is. I kind of preferred the look of the UMP ones, but, you know, there you go. So, here we are. We are at still part 1 of Gemstone Prophecies. Continued, and I think that we'll be able to finish part 1 in the stream today. I think we'll be able to finish it. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I think they look pretty cool. Did you like work on those cuirasses themselves? Because they're pretty fucking impressive. I mean, this is a. Did you build this yourself? Because it's a pretty impressive garment, I have to say. I'm quite. Colours, yes, it's elven chainmail. Ah, right, okay. I don't feel so bad then. Yeah, so I've given them the UNP ones, and given them everything else, like the gauntlets and their weapons and their boots. But anyway, so this is a continuation from yesterday, and what I did is I'm like Steve Jobs, not Steve Wozniak. Right, exactly. So you take other people's ideas and sort of make them your own kind of thing. So this is a follow-on from yesterday. We got pretty far. We had a few little glitches, but I think we're kind of getting into our stride now with things. And this is a great mod by TheWorldOfRipX's called the Gemstone Prophecy mod series. We're only halfway through the first one, and there are another 4 to go, so it's going to be quite a serial. So what I did was, when I got audio is better. Oh, Nick's here as well. Nick, I'm so pleased to see you. The audio is better. Oh yeah, well we've got a little dark ambient soundtrack going on in the background here. And so, because what I've actually done is I've turned the game audio all the way down. and because I know that once we get to the trippy room it's going to go a little bit funny. So this is a royalty-free dark ambient soundtrack made by a YouTuber called CO.AG, and I will write this down. He's like this: CO.AG, CO.AG Music, and he does loads and loads of dark ambient stuff, and it's all royalty-free and copyright-free. And I went through a load of the stuff today, and I picked like 2 tracks on a loop, which we're going to use for definitely this stream, but maybe the rest of the series as well. So when we went into Emerald's room, are you okay, Nick? How are you doing today? How are things at work? Presumably you're at work, right? I know that RipX is at work, or Rip the 10th is at work. So it's good to have you here. Hope you're okay, Nick. So when we picked up Emerald's armor, I don't know where she is. I shouldn't leave these girls on their own. They're just doing their own thing. I don't know if I can trust them. Oh, there she is. When I gave her her boots and her bow, we took the book as well about Sapphire, right? Which we haven't read yet. So I'm going to read that now because I'm not exactly sure where to find her. So this is as if we were in the Emerald Armor room. So we'll go and locate her after this, and hopefully we'll be okay. Standing in the Emerald Armor room, Emerald quickly shed her armor to don her new shiny hunter green Maiden Armor, much to the surprise of Xynn. You could have done that elsewhere, girl. Emerald didn't care. I'm not worried about it. This is amazing. This power and this bow, isn't it awesome? Yes, said Amethyst. It is fitting of a Gemstone maiden. But where's the book? We need to find the next maiden. Xynn, however, had already found the book and was reading. Bold and blue, the brave Sapphire, victory its sole desire. A warrior now turned ice mage, a soul from another time and place, waiting to be reunited with her sister, ready to be a hero. Sapphire sits in Candlehearth Hall, waiting for her chance to shine bright. Amethyst, ready to go, sheathed her blade. Candlehearth Hall? I know where that is. Hope you aren't scared of the cold. Let's go. I think this is as kind of far north as we go, RipX, isn't it? I don't think we're... In fact, it's a little out of the quest mod for them to be in where they are at the moment in Winterhold. We just took... No. This is a bit unusual for them to be here. So, I think we can go down to Candlehearth then and find... Are they going to follow? And find where Sapphire is. Oh, here they come. So AFT is kind of working alright at the moment. I tried to do a north, south, east and west thing. Right. That's fair enough. Yeah. Like, well, I mean, Windhelm's a cool place. I mean, especially if you're a Dunmer, it's a cool place to be, for obvious reasons. Just going to keep looking behind to make sure that they all come okay. And I think AFT is going to be okay. It has funny little moments. I had a funny moment earlier when I was doing a test, but that's okay. And I told Hammett about this stream, so I think he said he'd check it out tomorrow. God, this is some bloody weather. Wow, this is a proper blizzard, even for Windhelm. Like a proper one. Are they always in inns, these girls? Oh, actually, no. Sapphire was in the bunkhouse, wasn't she? Helga's bunkhouse in Riften. Chapter 11. Where's Amethyst? Shall I go outside and get her again? Okay. Maybe she just likes it out here a lot. Fuck knows why. But if she's going to stay outside obediently, that's okay. Okay, we've got both of them now. Chapter 11. Candle Hearth Hall. But before we read this, let's see if we can... Sometimes you have to walk in a bit before they port in. Okay, fair enough. Oh, there she is. She seems to be like enjoying the the bard. Okay. Let's chapter 11. Let's go for this one. As the team, I suppose they're a team now, reached Candle Hearth Hall, Emerald remarked, "Well, I'm glad I got this new armor. Sorry, Emerald, you got half the armor. It's cold as can be here." Amethyst agreed, "Yes, you're correct. Winterhold is not the most pleasant place at times. I like Winterhold. I'd actually live there, personally, but I can see the descent. So what are we looking for?" It said Sapphire, right? I'm guessing a girl with blue hair is our goal. Emerald moved in front of the group and spoke. "I know who we're looking for. Follow me. She'll be upstairs." I mean, it makes sense that she's going to be upstairs. That's where the main amount of the imbibing is going to be. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is it every single time we come to a new hold, we get taken by a guard? She has a book up where she is, don't miss it. I did espy it. What say in your defence? At this point, I really don't fucking care how much you want me to pay. Oh, 5 gold. And then we're thrown outside again. Okay. Let's go back. Hardly broke the bank though, did it? This is like serious weather even for Winterhold. Serious. Okay. Let's wait for them to do their port-in thingy. Oh, they're upstairs. Let's read the book before we... Oh, there's a note as well. Letter from an Aria. That's new. Is that you, RipX? I wonder if Nick's doing his podcast thing. Yeah, it's one of your ones. Well, let's read the book first. Is Sapphire still there? Yes, she is. Sapphire revealed. It's a nice name, Sapphire, in all honesty, for a girl. Very nice name. Emerald. Emerald is almost tackled by Sapphire as the group approached the blue-haired woman. "I can't believe it's you. Is it time?" Emerald smiled. "Yes, Sapphire, it's time." "Are you ready to be a gemstone maiden?" Yes. Wait a minute," Emerald said as she looked at Amethyst. "What's your name?" "I am Amethyst of the shit." Sapphire jumped in. "I knew it was you. Wow, this is crazy." Emerald looked puzzled. "You knew it was who?" "Sapphire." Sapphire smiled even bigger. "It's her sister." Emerald and Amethyst both exchanged glances. "Whose sister?" said Emerald. "Don't you remember when you found me what you said? Black armor, ponytail, how I reminded her of her. She even called her AIM. Or is it Amy?" "Still reading books, I see. There's going to be a lot of book reading, Mr. Scoop." There's going to be a lot of book reading in this series, but it's very nice to see you this evening. How are you? Are you okay? This being a sort of book-based quest, and if we don't... There are 2 ways we could play this dungeon. That's what happens when you can't make cutscenes. But RipX, I mean, God, I mean, you must have spent so long writing these books. It's quite impressive, to be honest. But yeah, it's good to see you, Scoop, as always. I take it the Ubuntu account has been deprecated now, right? But yeah, I mean, there are 2 ways we could play this quest mod. We could either do it as without reading the books, which would be just a load of girls going to dungeons and fighting Nordic undead, or we could do it in the way that the modder intended it, us to do it. Which is knowing the lore of the thing as well, and knowing why they're doing what they're doing. Otherwise, it's just a what. Otherwise, it's a what and a how, you know, rather than a why. Yes, Ubuntu wasn't really for me. Well, I know. I mean, if it said Windows for the win or Mac for the win, you know, it's like it's a funny relationship with our operating systems. We do like them and we don't like them. That's the thing. I don't think there's actually one operating system which I'm actually totally happy with. I think that's the whole point. You know, there's always something. There's always something you're like, doesn't really work as well as I want it to, or it's not, or it's doing something I don't want it to. You know. Don't mind me. I'm just here to see how the other half live. Books are great. Cool. The OS I can't see is the best one. Fucking hell. Yeah. Is that Mac? Don't know. I mean, with Slackware you can just leave it alone. That's the thing. With Slackware you can just leave it alone. Pretty much, and it won't really do anything, you know. Apart from the fact that I think it's having trouble keeping up to date with things these days. That's the issue. Anyway, I can continue with the book. She even called her Amy. It's her sister. Amethyst started to get upset. Whose sister? Who did this to you? Tell me, child. Sapphire looked at Amethyst. Why, Lady Ruby, of course. Amethyst drew her blade, surprised, now even more angry. What? Ruby? She's alive? Oh, yes, said Sapphire. Very much so. I'm surprised Emerald didn't tell you. Emerald, still amazed, barely stammered out. I never knew you had a sister, Amethyst. You never told me. How was I to know? The cat fights are starting already, you know. It doesn't matter anyway. We'll see her soon enough, I'm sure, said Amethyst with a new determined look. She has a key also, since there seems to be the common thread here, plus the fact her mother was told we were to become maidens. She will no doubt be the final maiden we find, but enough of that. To find her, we need to go through the Sapphire Dungeon first. I hope you're ready for battle, child, Sapphire smiled. Wait till you see my power, and with that, they headed back to the portals. And we're going to head back to the portals. 5 bounty added to each march. Fantastic. They headed back to the portals through the console. But not before we pick up this note. And Sapphire. We haven't even picked up Sapphire yet. Fuck's sake. Should we just go to jail for taking it? Oh look, I just came out of it. I just came out. Let's take this letter as well. Rolana, how good it was to see you again recently in Rivervale. I'm sorry the circumstances have gotten this bad. The goblin raids have been getting worse. We hear that they may be planning an attack on our beloved tree village, Kelethon. Maybe even tonight. If they don't, we plan to strike their camps in the Butcher Block Mountains. Fucking hell, that sounds hostile. All half-elves have been called to the village immediately to prepare. I'll see you there. This is a follower mod thingy, is it? Fuck off, guard. Oh! Oh, for fuck's sake, this didn't go as planned. What are we going to do? No, it's Sap's backstory. Oh, I see. Fuck's sake, we took that and then the girls just fucking... Oh, this has turned into a bar and brawl. Oh my god, this is a massacre. Autosave. 1,000 bounty. This is actually quite entertaining to watch. This is fantastic. I didn't expect it to go like this. This is my fault. This is my fault. I'm just going to auto load from back there. That's fine. It's my fault because I should have just paid off the 5. So, oh, you mean autosave like the one we came in for? Yeah. We can take the key. Let's take the key. Let's take this quickly before anyone tells us off. And let's take this. Yeah. There you go. 6 gold. And we're not going to get into any trouble for that. We get one bounty. At least we read the book, yeah. Are we okay? Okay, now I think what's going to happen is... Did you get Saf? No, no, no. We're going to have to go back in to get her. But I think we'd be alright. I think the guards... Yeah, we're small time now. I mean, seriously, you're going to start, like, some shit for one Septim? Seriously? What are you up to tonight, Scoop? What are the plans? And do you like the Dark Ambient soundtrack? I want more comments on the Dark Ambient soundtrack. Saf. Got a new dog. Looks like a bat. For fuck's sake. Are we going to have to go back to pick up Safi? If Saf's going to be upstairs somewhere, 1, 2, I think we probably are. Love the Dark Ambient soundtrack. Reminds me of Quake. Ah! I'm glad you like it, and I'm glad that it's coming through okay in the mix. I was a little bit worried about the mix. Let's load Archmage's Quarters, Candlehearth Hall. Is this the first one? 719, 7021. Let's load the 719. Right, this must be right at the beginning. I'm just going to do a hard save. Because that book is still there. And if the book is still there, that means Saf should be upstairs. Right? Well, she was here earlier. I wonder if we can conjure her. Is it possible to conjure her? Can we do that? I mean, it doesn't matter because we know where she is. So we could go from the last hard save and we'd be okay. I think. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Let's load from the quarters, and then we can go outside and go straight to Winterhold, and I think we'll be all right then. Yeah, this is weird. Well, I mean, it's okay. It's worth it. I mean, you know, I was saying in the Discord earlier today that, you know, we can expect... Fuck off, J'zargo. J'zargo is like one of the most fucking irritating things in Skyrim. I was going to say people in Skyrim. He's not a person. He's a cat. But let's go straight to Windhelm. And presumably she will spawn once we get into Candlehearth Hall. Unless a guard comes up and asks us for a fucking 5 septims for something that we did when we were last here, which we can't even fucking remember. The Are You There mod helps if you want to port in any NPC. Okay, alright. Okay. Well, Safi seems to have just... I don't know what she's done. I wonder if we should wait for her. Should we wait for her? What I'm thinking, RipX, is I'm thinking a restart of until she comes back. What do you think of the game? I can't honestly see why she wouldn't be there, but that's what I'm thinking. I wish I'd bloody well saved after that, you know. So what we're going to do is just go to come out of here and then just load it up again, and then you can see just how many hours I've spent on Skyrim, which is currently over 1100 according to Steam. But I'm sure that's not as many as some people out there. But yeah, this soundtrack is a copyright-free soundtrack, so we shouldn't get into any trouble for it. Right, I think we should load from the Archmage's quarters. There's absolutely no reason why, when loading from the Archmage's quarters with a new game, that we shouldn't find Sapphi in the hall. If we don't find her in the hall, RipX, what is your suggestion? I'm cursing myself for not saving when she was in there earlier. I mean, the thing is, do we actually need her? I mean, presumably, do we actually need her? All we need is her key. Oh, the key is there. You know? I mean, I'd like her to be there. But, you know, if she's gonna start playing silly buggers. She's sexy though. Well, look, I mean, we're doing all right. We got Emerald and Amethyst, and you know, they're looking pretty okay. Okay, there's absolutely no reason why this shouldn't work. Well, I say there's absolutely no reason why this shouldn't work. We're running a relatively complex mod on a Linux system, so there's probably a couple of reasons why I wouldn't. But let's see. Okay, we go in, and the book is there, which is good. And Sapphi's here! Woohoo! Right, okay, before we do anything, let's just save. Saph, don't bugger off. Come here. God, she's keen. Follow me, I need your help. Lead the way. Good, 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 good. Right. 29 NPC slots remaining. Okay. Now, we want to get the key. Save again. Okay. Okay. Now we want to get the key. I wanted the book, but we're going to get in trouble anyway. First thing to do is to get the key. IDF, you don't want... You can console unlock. Oh, so should we just go? Should we just go to the trippy room? Is that what you're saying, RipX? Should we just do that? Okay. And we can console unlock it, yeah? Okay. That's fine. We have one girl. You see, Amethyst is very faithful. Whereas, okay, Emerald is just off getting pissed now. With the Bard. On a system. What are you up to? I'm right behind you. Are you sure about that? Okay, let's go. Now, this is incorrect, isn't it? It's ATL. ATL. Room. Oh, what have you fucking done that for? Anyway, never mind. So, COC, MAD, P, second, poor ATL room. No, I've done it incorrectly. COC, mad P, second, poor ATL room. 000. Oh, I missed out the 000. 1, 2, 3 girls. Whew, God, okay, fine. We got there. We got there. And nobody got in trouble. Okay, so seeing as we're here, let's take a look at them all. So, in light. Well, we know what Amethyst looks like. Hello, Sapphire. Let's have a look at her. Yeah, she's not bad. You can't really complain very much, to be honest. She's got a bit more of a muscly figure than Amethyst. What about you? Okay. Yeah. She's like a fucking, I don't know. She's like some kind of cross between an athlete and a weightlifter or something. Highly toned physique. Right. So okay, we're off to her dungeon. Oh, it's open anyway. So, how come it's open anyway? Anyway, let's just continue. Let's go. Oh, that was Amethyst's. It's Sapphire. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Well, you know, here you all are. This is Amethyst one. How'd you like it? Let's leave. Okay. There's so many girls. I'm getting confused between them all now. Emerald. You see how I'm going around the outside here just to prevent any stickiness. Soulriff Realm. Ruby. It was going to be the last one, wasn't it? It would have to be the last one. Right. This is... Where is Sapphi's one? I've just missed Sapphi's one, have I? Oh, it's this one. It's got a little... Why has it got this little thing around it? Okay. Are the girls going to be able to jump up there? It doesn't matter, I suppose, because as soon as we go in the door, they'll follow us anyway, won't they? What's the command, RipX? COC unlock, is it? Is that what we want to do? I think it is. Oh, just unlock. Okay. And then unlock Comsa. Unlocked portal. Yeah. We are in. How many girls have we got? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we made it in. We got in. We got all of them. We're inside. Let's go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Already getting fucking attacked. I spent so long, like, focusing on the technicalities, I've forgotten that there was going to be some kind of fight at some point. I'll try not to hit... Oh, so Sapphire's a mage, is she? Is she a mage? That's pretty cool if she is. Let's go. It's pretty cool having this amount of followers, I have to say. As long as they all manage to keep up, that's fine. Ice Mage, yeah, that's nice. Goes with the blue hair. Oh right, this is the door we're going to come through from the other side. I'm just going to take a look at what this track is. This is called Haunted. Oh no, this is Slender Man. This is what it's called. Let's just change the track to that one. You may not notice much of a difference between the two of them, but I do. There's a lot going on, but I could. It was black screen for a sec for me. Yeah, it will be. That's not your end. That's my end. That was me switching between the game and the music player. So when I switch, it does that, but only momentarily. You're just going to leave them to it. We don't really have to do very much, you know. Just we got three followers, you know. Okay. Necros, I think. Well, necromancers in this one, yeah. I think now that we've got into the dungeon, it's a-okay. Oh, there's another book. Just going to go back to make sure that nothing was missed. I like that. A strong box with one ruby inside it. Awesome. Okay. 3 maidens, yep. We've got 3. We're spoilt now. Sapphire, visibly excited by the battles thus far, turns to Emerald. I forgot to ask about your armor. Is that the Maiden Armor? Does it have any enchantments? And what about the bow? Was it part of the armor? Do I get a set too? Emerald laughed. Too many questions. Well, it seems like after we get a maiden and go through their dungeon, we find a room with the armor and weapon. So I'm guessing we'll find one for you as well at the end of this dungeon. I'd be well pissed if I was Sapphire and I didn't get my special armor. Definitely a hissy fit moment there. Sapphire seemed content. Well, that's what we'll have to do. There are sure a lot of draugrs here. I wonder if we'll see more of that. Amethyst smirked and said, if what we've seen is any indication, I'm sure we'll see many more. Bench Hammett seems to have a fetish for draugrs. Has he read this, RipX? It's quite funny. Xynn, quiet till now, finally spoke up. Bench Hammett the mage? He is the one who created these dungeons, is he not? Yes, our mother told us this story many times. Mostly because Ruby kept begging her to tell it. The mage Bench Hammett was a powerful mage who was also an architect. He worshipped Molag Bal as well and constructed temples dedicated to him. As time passed, the temples fell apart over time and basically became dungeons. Okay, that's a nice twist. I like that. I couldn't see that coming. The legends say that Molag Bal decided to resurrect Bench Hammett and imbue him with unbelievable power, commanding him to create the deadliest dungeons ever made. Well, that's true. Specifically for the purpose of the prophecy. So this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If the maidens could get through, they earned the right to challenge his bloodstone. Since the world is still here, we can only assume the maidens have been able to stop her each time. Now, enough story time. I want to get this done and find my sister. Let's go. Okay. That was quite funny. Quite amusing. Like I say, I'm just going to let the followers do most of the work here. Not really much that we have to do. Unless this guy's pretty powerful for a Cyromancer. I hate Cyromancers. They're so fucking smug. And he left us. It's still the same guy. Look at him. Oh, he's got wards and he thinks he's clever. Go on, just fuck him up. Go on. Oh my god, that was grotesque. I'm not complaining though. Just going to turn the light up a tiny bit. Okay. Daedric Dagger of Damnation. That's cool. But we don't really need it necessarily. Let's go. Come on, females. 1, 2, 3. How many cells do these dungeons have? Each. And are they all similar sizes as well? These Cyromancers have got a lot of power. 2 cells each. Yeah. I have to say, I appreciate Sapphire's way of doing things. Being a mage. So what's Ruby going to be? What's her play style? I doubt she's going to be an assassin. I very much doubt that. Okay. This track, guess, red. Is she going to be like a barbarian or something? Something like that? Is she going to be a vampire? Vampiress? We'll see. We will indeed see. Right. Key time. You know, like dungeons like this. I bet Hammett just made this in his sleep. He's like, he just goes into auto dungeon mode. Oh, by the way, RipX, he said today, or announced today, I don't know if we can call it an announcement as such, that, well, he did make these 3 years ago. Well, indeed, yeah, but he did say today that he's made another dungeon, and that is going to be a Halloween dungeon, and he mentions that in the Discord. So the info is in there. That's my enticement to get you to go to the Discord. I have it. No, I don't think you have this one, because this is the one that he's going to make for Halloween. It's not Greybane Hollow, it's the one after Greybane Hollow. Really? Is it the same one? Screen might go black for a sec. Not Greybane. Oh, really? Oh, maybe we're talking about the same one. Screen's going to go black for a sec. It'll be back in a sec. Okay. One, two, three. I keep having to look behind me just to make sure the girls are there. Okay, I think we managed it. So I'm really fucking digging this soundtrack. That arrow through the head gotta hurt. Why did Xynn have an arrow through her head? Sometimes it does happen, yeah. She gets an arrow through the head and then it sort of like disappears after a couple of seconds. Oh, what, this one? Oh, fucking hell, I didn't even see that. Yeah, it's not, well, it looks quick. It looks like a quick end. I'll give it that. And also an ice shard through the hip. So that's gonna finish you off, I think. Let's continue. Too many pyromancers. Are you drinking anything tonight, Scoopy? Okay. Oh! Mr. Grant is here. Wine. Wine is not an emulator. Hello, Mr. A. Grant. How are you this evening? Yeah, somebody in this chat knows you, Mr. Grant. One of our company is in Norway here. Yeah, good. But good to see you. How's your day? We're reading books today. We're gonna be reading books for the next couple of weeks. It's an exercise in fiction reading or something like that. Anyway, so this is going to be what, part 14? The truth about Ruby. But what's going on, AJG? You haven't answered my question. What's going on or what's going down? How are you? How's your evening? Etc. etc. Nice of you to drop in, by the way. Very nice. But this is a different quest mod than the last lot of dungeons. This is a new lot of dungeons made by the same guy and also with another guy who's in chat currently called TheWorldOfRipX's. The truth about Ruby. Sounds like in a break between tutorials and got the email alert. I don't even get email alerts. I used to get email alerts when people I followed used to go live. I don't get them anymore. And I've gone back into the console to re-enable them or something and nothing's happened. I don't understand why. So if you're on a break between tutorials, you can find out what the truth about Ruby is going to be. Well, you can either find out what the truth about Ruby is going to be, or I can take you on a tour of this very small dungeon room. Why don't I take you on a tour of this very small dungeon room, and then we can read about Ruby. Just as what I did. Yeah, dungeon room. Okay, all right, we're going to do the dungeon room. This is what we did, because this mini door, I didn't even see it. Okay, and what's in the chest? It's going to be 1 stone. Oh, I was wrong. We didn't even get a stone. Robes of peerless destruction. Not entirely necessary. But it's good that they're there. Somebody who's died in a very painful way. Here. Well, we just did that. You may be wondering who these 3 girls are who we're going around with. They're part of the storyline. You have a dungeon full of armor-clad maidens. Well, actually, that's what they are. They are indeed. They're part of the storyline. We basically collect them as we go. There are 3 out of 4. After this dungeon, we're going to go and get a 4th one. Then we're going to use all of them to kill a 5th one. Under Earth is a pimp, basically. Or Xynn's a pimp, anyway. I mean, you know, things could be worse. Let's unlock this door before we read the truth about Ruby. You know what's funny? It's like books. Present book aside, Circle of Protection. We don't need Circle of Protection, but I'm going to take it anyway. And this is going to take us down. I knew it would. Okay, that's going to take us down. You know, like it's really considerate that Hammett has made a little bench over there for anybody who wants to just sit down and look at the scenery. You know. But yeah, any book that says the truth about something, probably isn't the truth about something. Like I came across a book the other day that was called The Truth About COVID by Dr. I'm not going to say who it is actually, because you can look this book up and you can probably guess that it's not really the truth about COVID. It's basically stuff that he's made up about COVID so that he can sell COVID solutions and cures on his website. It's great. I'm not going to say his name though, you can look it up. He's some quack in the US. He's got Doctor. There was a God during where was God during 9/11? Is that a thing? Is that actually like a paper or a book or an article? Oh God. Where was he? Yeah, book. Really? Is it honestly? Very funny. It is very funny. You're right, definitely. We also got a dark ambient soundtrack. Do you like the dark ambient soundtrack? This is called Slender Man, this track. Which I've got in a loop. Okay, I think it's time to read the truth about Ruby. Finding Ruby. As the battle progressed, the maidens finally had a second to rest. So, Sapphire, tell me again about Ruby. You seem quite taken with her. I want to hear more about her powers. She's amazing, that's for sure. For starters, she has whatever power changed me and Emerald, and that's awesome by itself. Then she has fire magic. I'm glad she's a mage. I think she said one time her mother taught her that. I'd like to know that. Amethyst seemed to agree. Mother did. Ruby took to the magic aspect of the sherry more than I. What else was there? Well, she has this drain life thing. I've only seen vampires do it before. Oh, I was half right then. But I guess since Lady Ruby is a vampire hunter, she's a vampire hunter, she can do it too. And she had some mind trick thing, and she can heal. Amethyst was stumped. I don't see how Ruby acquired all these powers. And at that level of strength, it seems inconceivable. There has to be more behind it. Sapphire had no answers. I don't know, but when I met her, she was already that powerful and confident, and almost what? Amethyst pressed. Emerald, whispering as if Ruby could hear her even now, said quietly, almost evil. Amethyst's gaze got more serious. Well, when we encounter her, we'll see what has happened. We're almost at the end. Let's go. Sapphire's armor awaits. Name where this quote comes from. Farewell, gentlemen. Victory awaits. I'll be very impressed if you know where that comes from. Come on, you see they're all chilling out on the bench. Ready to go now. Fucking hell, man. You actually got it. You actually got it. But do you know the episode of Red Dwarf that comes from? You get 10 mega points. Which episode is it? Is it the series of the Teletubbies? Was it? Oh no, it wasn't Teletubbies. Not this time. That's gonna be the next one. The Last Gemstone Prophecy Part 3. I have to say that we actually haven't meltdown. No, I think you just casting chaff in the wind now. It's from series 5. It's from series 5. And it is when Rimmer is trying to beat a very difficult IQ test. I'm going to take the book, and what we're going to do didn't it get unfunny after 4? It got unfunny after 6. Of course, the definition of what's funny or not funny is, relative and personal. Victory or insanity awaits. Yeah, it's Holloship. But yeah, I mean, it got like unfunny after 6, which is when Rob Grant left. Though some people probably found it funny. I didn't. Victory or insanity awaits. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna read this gemstone book after we finish this dungeon. We actually have 2 gemstone books we have to read. This looks like a boss room. But what I was saying, COAG, is that because we've got 3 followers, which has to be modded because you wouldn't normally get 3 followers, we don't actually really have to do any work ourselves. The girls could just do everything on their own, and we could just, like, sit back and do fuck all. But that wouldn't be so much fun. Oh, Amethyst's down. Amethyst's actually down. Well, she got into the thick of things too much, but that's her fault for using a melee weapon. Who's this cunt? Barzad. I don't think he's going to last long. Amethyst is, like, way keen. Like, crazy keen. Search Barzad. Barzad's staff. That's what the bench is for. Exactly. Well, should we just do it next time? I think we should do it in the next dungeon. Just sit there and just watch them do everything. Why not? Barzad's staff. Yep, sit, chill, drink some arse. What kind of arse do you want to drink? That's the question. I'm a fan of fatal arse. I know it's not actually fatal, but it looks like it on the can. Dark arse. Good old arse, exactly. Oh, what were those robes? Robes of eminent conjuration. We don't really need them. Can't get Dark Arse anymore. Does Dark Arse not exist anymore? Was it discontinued? Sapphire Maiden's Dungeon. Oh, okay. Are we supposed to... I don't think so. We're supposed to do anything else. RipX has gone quiet. He's obviously having to actually do some work, I think. Best one now is Fatal Arse. Oh, he's here. Sorry, RipX. I just assumed you weren't. Because you're being quiet. Sorry. Is there anything more that we need to do in this particular dungeon? I think we're okay just to go through this door, right? Probably not. Right. Okay. Good. Get claw. Yeah, the claw will be here. Barzad's claw. We're going to leave this generously planted armor because Xynn doesn't need armor. Well, she might tinker around with light armor, but occasionally. This is the way to the trippy room, right? Here we go. Next tutorial starting now. Gotta go. Lol, see you soon. Bye, bros. Bye-bye, COAG. See you soon. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping in. Don't be a stranger. Right. Let's get into the next one. This is a right old orgy, isn't it? Carluto would actually like this. Okay. Barzad's claw. Oh, it's a nice black one. Fox moth dragon. Fox moth dragon? Fox moth dragon. Fox, so fox. Okay, so let's open this one, and then we're going to save after this. And there should be one left after this. One final one. Hello. So we're going to save and leave them all outside. We're gonna do a little bit of like dress up play and see what we prefer looks wise. Okay, we saved and everything's okay. We've got 3 girls following us. It's all right. We're gonna get Sapphire's stuff plus the location of Ruby. They're waiting very diligently outside, I have to say. Okay, you can just all stay there. That's fine. Right, this is Sapphire stuff. The only problem is that I should have stored their cuirasses. That's what I should have done. I'm just going to drop Bazad's stuff. We don't need it. Lost more armor of quickening. Well, we can get rid of that. But we don't need a fuckload of linen wraps either. 1, 2... Oh, she's going to have a weapon as well, isn't she? What does she get? She gets a staff. I'm pleased for her. I want a fucking ice staff. Right. Are they all going to still be waiting here? I hope so. There they are. 1, 2, 3. It's almost like a sort of swimsuit pageant or something. Right, what we're going to do with Sapphire is we're going to save again now that we've got her stuff. We're going to play Sapphire dress up for a second. Right, so she can definitely have her what's it called? Sapphires. Fuck's sake, this is what happens if you don't select the right category. Can you imagine how fucking long this would take if we weren't using Sky UI? So she can have her boots. Oh, she doesn't wear her boots. Oh, that's interesting. Gauntlets? She doesn't wear her gauntlets either. Okay, fine. Cuirass? Does she wear her cuirass? Oh, she doesn't wear any of them. Well, never mind. Has she got them on her? Yeah, she actually does have them. Let's give her staff at least. Can she have her staff? And if we remove her dagger, okay, she's got her staff now. Does she really need a bow? I think she's all right. Damn this mod! Come on, my friend. You spent a long time on this. It's just like little glitches at my end, probably. Can you remove her OL? Her OL? What? Her other armor? Old armor? No, we can't, because it doesn't display. You see. So she has these things on her. But also not, as the case may be. I mean, I don't know if it's anything to do with the fact that we are using a number of different things here. We are. It's not. I don't know if it's AFT necessarily. I mean, we are using a number of things. We're using UNP demonized. We're using whatever it's called. UNP spiced. So, I mean, it could be like a conflict of meshes. I don't know if it's AFT necessarily. But what we need to do now, it's okay. She looks fine. She looks pretty good. What we need to do now is, at least we picked her up, okay, you know, is we need to see how we're going to find Ruby, and we're going to dump all the cuirasses probably in the college because they are going to take up carry weight. So we need to look at finding Ruby. As Sapphire tried on her armor, in spirit, Emerald yelled out, "I found the book. This must tell us where Lady Ruby is." Amethyst smiled. "It's about time. It's been so long since we saw each other. What does the book say?" "Only 3 worlds. Silver Blood Inn. Yes! We're going to Hearth." I do love Hearth. It's got a special place in my heart. Like my aortic ventricles, Sapphire in her armor stands tall. Hearth, let's go get her and finish this. Whoa. Doing well. Now we just have to remember where the portal to Whiterun is. I can see why it was Whiterun now, because it's like fair enough that it is. It's the central place. It's not that one. It's this one, right? Nope. Yep. Okay, now we have to take 3 of these females. Hang on. What's the situation here? Carry weight's 272. And how much do these cuirasses weigh? They're not that heavy. I mean, 6. Let's go to Hearth first. And let's save, and then hopefully we can find. God, so many girls. They're blocking the way. Hopefully we can find Ruby. Rubes. Oh, there she is. Ah, she looks alright. Can't really complain. Let's save again now that we've found her. We might get in trouble for taking the book, and we don't need her key necessarily. Is she going to follow us? I don't know if that works. Hold on, because we didn't get a notification. Yeah. AFT, I've noticed something about AFT. I've noticed something about it. Like, if you... The first time you add a new follower with AFT, it's doing that thing, you're right. The first time you add a new follower with AFT, it will bug out on you and stall the game. The second time, it seems alright. So the only way we can do this is by hard closing the game like that, and then starting again. Okay, there we go. Let's just check that Discord's behaving itself. So, yeah, this is why it's a good idea to save right before, because, you know, don't want it to fuck up again. You have the doc if the book isn't safe. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I shared the link in the Discord to the book. It's in the literature channel in the Discord, and I put a spoiler warning as well. Come on, Rubes. Lead the way. You see, exactly, this is the thing. There we go, 28 slots remaining. So the first time, it always bugs out. Now we've got all 4 of them. And now I'm going to save again. I do want to read the book, though. I'm gonna read it. Ruby at last. The silver blood in Markarth was a welcome sight. It kind of blows hot and cold, Markarth. As the maidens entered, Amethyst could not help but notice Emerald and Sapphire and how excited and nervous they seemed. What's wrong now? Amethyst snarled to her fellow maidens. Emerald, do you see her, do you? Quite, Sapphire. I'm looking, give me a minute. No, I'm not seeing her. Amethyst seemed hesitant. I'm not surprised. Ruby has always gone by her own code of urgency. If Ruby is even the one we're looking for, Emerald spoke, as one with authority. It is her. She was the one who left after speaking with the old woman. She was the one who told us to wait for the key. She is the final maiden, I know it. Amethyst smirked and said, well, she sure has made a believer out of you. And for a good reason, sister, a voice declared from the shadows. They have seen and so have believed. Ruby stepped out into the light. I didn't think I'd see you again after the village was destroyed. It's good to see you again, Amy. It seems Mother was right. It's hard to believe that she started telling us this tale so many years ago. Finally, the prophecy has come. Amethyst, with a concerned look, looked Ruby over. You're not the same, sister. What happened to you? Many, many things, my dear sister, Ruby continued. However, that is not of importance. What matters is the task at hand. By now the Bloodstone has gained her full power. We must make haste. The celebrations can wait. Emerald and Sapphire, now it's time for you to prove yourselves. Let's go. If I press escape, I don't get in trouble for taking the book. Should have thought of that before. We have all 4 of them. Let's go. In fact, we didn't even have to leave. We didn't actually have to leave the inn. Seeing as we're gonna just console go back to the trippy room. How are we doing for carry weight? Carry weight is fine. I would really like to dump the stuff, but never mind. In fact, I am going to dump it. They should have like lockers around Skyrim where people can just leave stuff, you know. Have we got all of you? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there 4? I can't even see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're missing somebody. We're missing Sapphire, but I imagine Sapphire is going to reappear if we go inside. We didn't dismiss her, that's for sure. Okay, Sapphire's... Oh, here they all are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. They've all got to be a little bit patient now. We're just going to stuff these in this chest. Amethyst cuirass. Emeralds. Emerald's actually... Oh, no, she doesn't. I was about to say. She's got hers. Hers is the one that works. Pellock, nice to see you. How are you this evening? How are things going? What are we doing? Sapphire. Oh, Sapphire's actually got hers on her. So, this was a little bit of a red herring then, really. the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff these in the cupboard. The vampire armor quickening, and then let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a duck checking that all her signets are there. Okay. Or a swan, even. Right, let's console it. COC 000 mad P second poor ATL room. Bad, I failed my driving test. Came to drown my sorrows in a mug of mead. Oh, Palak, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. That's dreadful. But, you know, I think, you know, more people fail their driving tests first, second, third time than pass it. I'm sure you'll pass next time. I'm sure you'll pass next time. It's a pain in the arse, though. Sorry about your test. It's multi-access dungeon portal. Oh, is that what MADP stands for? Multi-access dungeon portal. Alright. We didn't take the key because we're just going to unlock, right? We're just going to console it. We'll relax here watching this awesome mod environment. Well, it's RipX's. He's the one who did it. And also, oh cool, and also RipX is a phylogynist, as you can see. How can this be not the work of a phylogynist? Look at this. It's impressive. I'm talking about the girls here. Bench, yeah, well, Bench obviously as well. I mean, he's done epic work. Epic work. Are we ready? Let's go. I don't know what we can expect in here. What's your fave gemstone, RipX? Well, this is confusing. We've got a little. Okay, we're going to have to go down the side here. Oh, this is one of the barred ones. Okay. Oh, I forgot the Sapphire was a mage. I do love Amethyst, so I like this mod. Do I have a favourite gemstone? Probably... Oh shit, sorry Amethyst. Apologies. Wow, this is a fucking massacre, isn't it? What's my favourite? Probably something like white quartz, which is probably not one would expect from me. Probably something black. I mean, onyx is cool, but I do like white quartz as well, because it's kind of like snow. I think that's why. It's got to the point. I mean, these are Night Lord vampires, so this is going to be hard. But we've got so many fucking followers now. CPU is going to be going through the roof. I'm not even paying attention. Wow, that was gruesome. Did you see that? Stalrim. Yeah, kind of. Exactly. If there was kind of like a little sort of bluey sort of gemstone-y thing. There must be a gemstone that looks like Stalrim. There has to be. We're gonna have to go this way, I think, in order to. I'm just gonna leave it for them to take care of. I mean, you know, whatever. It's not like Xyn's got her work cut out for her. I we can just... I mean, it's like... It's not... When you've got 4 followers, because the game doesn't give you 4 followers, we had to mod that. It's not really very much that you have to do. Oh, I forgot we were gonna just observe, weren't we? Okay, I forgot. Scoopy and I said that's what we were gonna do. So we're just gonna let them do everything. Go up this way. And that would presumably would have lowered these gates. Take us through here. Chapter 17. We're not going to get in trouble for stealing it now. What's Ruby doing? You don't need to do anything? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. But we're just going to watch. We're not actually going to do anything. Go to first person. There's so much fucking magic being thrown around everywhere. It's kind of like a barroom fight in a sense. Okay, fuck off. Whoa. But he made this extra tough with Night Lord vampires. I'll give him that. All done? Yeah. Okay. We're going to read this one. Ruby's Tale. As the maidens fought their way through, they found time to catch a bit of rest. After that, obviously, Ruby couldn't help but notice how much more powerful Amethyst seemed now, as though that was even possible. Ruby always lived in Amethyst's shadow. Ever the little sister, Ruby soon realised she would not best her sister in battle prowess, as her father chose to favour Amethyst and always took her with him on trips while leaving Ruby to stay with her mother. Her mother was sympathetic to Ruby's pain, and proceeded to teach her the ways of Sherry magic, something that Amethyst was never really interested in learning, aside from healing magic. Over the course of her teenage years, Ruby grew powerful in the ways of Sherry fire magic and eventually was able to create and manipulate powerful fire blasts. Ruby often took long solo journeys into the woods to protect her magic. She soon started a fascination with the undead. It was a great way to strengthen her fire magic, and the weapon sold for just enough to keep food in her belly. Soon, undead weren't enough for her, so she moved to her next target: vampires. She would research and find small dens, destroy them and pillage their treasures. She quickly discovered that vampires had more worthwhile possessions. She grew to hate them, and they her. Several months later, on one fateful journey home, she stopped by a known vampire den for a quick battle. Sadly, this turned out to be a trap. The vampire clans knew her name well by now, and had planned an ambush. She fought valiantly, but she was overwhelmed. The vampires didn't seek to kill her, though they thought of a punishment much more ironic. They bit her and left her to suffer the turn, eventually to become that which she most hated. She returned home and found her father and mother home, yet Amethyst had not yet returned. She came into the house crying for help. Ruby's mother, strong in Sherry magic, saw that Ruby looked different, with her eyes were actually red now. She sensed the change in Ruby and immediately had Ruby sit down. The only chance to save Ruby was to infuse Ruby with enough Sherry magic to drive out the vampirism. Unfortunately, during the ceremony, Ruby went mad during the massive infusion of Sherry magic and killed both her mother and her father. We read about this earlier, I remember. Luckily, her mother had done enough to stop the turn, but not enough to rid her of the effects completely. This is interesting as to why this happened. I just thought she was being a bitch earlier. Although her thirst and fangs were gone, her eyes were still red. She found that her ability to create fire made her immune to it. Also discovered that in addition to Fire Blast, she could now transform her life aura into a protective flame cloak. However, she still retained certain vampire abilities. Well, it's kind of the best of both worlds, sort of, and could drain life. Her ability to charm men was also strengthened now by the power of vampire seduction. Lucky girl. Realizing what she had just done, she fled the town. On her way out, she watched as the town burned a couple at the stake for teaching their daughter the ways of battle, forbidden in the Sherry clan. The daughter Alonso was made to watch as this happened. As Ruby left town, she sensed a huge power surge and turned to see her village vaporized by lightning. Evidently, that daughter had her own secrets. Well, so much the better. No witnesses, her secret was safe. She sensed that the girl who caused all the destruction was still alive, but Ruby had bigger things on her plate. One day, if it benefited her, she would seek her out. One day. Lady Ruby, Sapphire's voice was unsure. What? Ruby was snapped back to reality. Saph, what is it? Sapphire's uneasiness now morphed into a smile. I just was saying it's really good to see you again. To watch you fight, it's amazing. Ruby, visibly, somewhere else, just shrugged. Yeah, that's great. Roll up, Sapphire. We need to keep moving. Something tells me we have a lot more to go till we find my armor. Or do we? I think we're about halfway through this dungeon now. And we're gonna. There's another book here. We'll read this shortly. Prob not. Oh, you don't think so? You think we've got a bit? You think we've got more to go? Okay. Those are some fucking nice statues. I want these. I want one of these in my fucking room. That's just awesome. If they actually activated... They did activate. Which was actually really awesome. But then Skyrim crashed when they activated. That was amazing. That was very, very cool. Highly, highly promising. But if I had one of my own, I'd prefer it not to actually come alive. Where was the last auto? We can just go. We've read the book, so we can just go straight through. That's alright. We're just going to charge through here, it's fine. We're just going to charge through and let the girls do all the stuff they need to do. While they do that, I'm going to just get round to opening this. Okay, gotta run to the damn county base to pick up a van. I'll be back about an hour. Okay, my friend, we should still be here. We should still be here in about an hour's time. I mean, we might finish the whole thing by then. I don't know. I'm not sure if we will. This orc guy is just an inconvenience now. And that will open that door. We're just going to leave those vampires there. Because these girls can just sort everything out. It's quite convenient, this. There you go, they can just do that. We don't need this. I wonder if Xynn can take care of the vampires in here on her own. I would imagine that she could, to be honest. I mean, several Night Lord vampires simultaneously, sure. But I would imagine that she could deal with that. apart from the fact that they did that. Fine. Okay. In that case, we're gonna have to take it a little bit more. Sorry, I didn't bet on the vampire lords using melee weapons. One, two, three, four. We're not going to pick up any of this armor either. We don't really need it. So this is the thing. It's like I'm so used to getting kind of caught up in battle that playing a mage, I got to get used to keeping my distance. And this is the room down here where we can do this. Oh, they came in here. Okay, that makes my job easier. Oh, the bars are still down. So, God, what a clusterfuck, honestly. That should hopefully now be ready. Yep, it is. Okay, what we're going to do now, just in case, we're just going to... I was about to say, we're going to save it, but they couldn't even fucking wait. They just went for it. There's so much female prowess here going on. It's hard to work out who to ignore and who not to ignore. I'm just going to let them do it. Okay, we made it. Now this is the way to the room with the gargoyles, so we're going to save just before we get here. Fuck off. Honestly. Yeah. And so presumably it's pulling this lever's going to activate them. Yep, we're good to go. Fucking hell, they paralyzed her. Jesus. That was not expected. But we can just let the girls do this work anyway. It's not like... Oh, that's already finished. It's already over. Okay, fine. Let's continue. Falram's Keep. Okay, there was I thinking that was like the last cell. No, actually, there was one thing. We actually have to go back because this book here is book number 19, oh, number 20, nearing the end. Because the last book that we picked up was... There was one called The Call of the Key. I'm just going to see where that one is. I think it was just before we got into the gargoyle room. That's where it was. And I was. Oh, there's an 18 and a 19 because that was 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you all here? Yep, they are. As the maidens made their way through the dungeon, they took a second to catch their breath and to catch up. However, Ruby could only think of her past and how the past was now her present. For years, Ruby had dismissed the legend of the Gemstone prophecy as a bedtime story. She knew she was destined for greatness. She didn't need anyone telling her she would save the world. She blew off the stories, even when her mother was so sure about it. In fact, the only thing that Ruby did that her mother asked was to keep that stupid key, and she probably wouldn't have done that except for the fact that her father also asked her to. Her father remembers arguing about the first key with her mother. Even after Amethyst was born, he refused to believe. It was only when an old lady came up to him in a field and gave him the same speech that he changed. It's always an old lady. "You already gave me a key for our daughter, old lady," he remembers saying. "Did you forget?" The old lady looked at him. "It's not for Amethyst. It's for the daughter that your wife is growing right now." "Don't worry, I'm still here, just listening away." "We're in podcast mode, Nick. Or you're in podcast mode. Maybe one day I'll just read all these things and record it. And people will not listen to it." Her father had not even known his wife was pregnant with Ruby till he got home that night and she told him. He then told his wife the story and showed her the key, which they hid. Now that key is all that remains, her parents gone at her hand, no less. Her sister who knows where. And until a few weeks ago, though her greatness was starting to happen as she walked through solitude with her two creations, Emerald and Sapphire. But that all changed once the old lady found her. She took Ruby up to the side and told her it was time for the key to be used for her to find her fate. Xynn would find her, the old lady said. She was given instructions where to go and was told to send her servants on their way immediately. She did just that, then she left. Now they're reunited, but this time it feels different. Well, it's going to. Emerald and Sapphire were merely pawns to Ruby, yet now they seem more like who knows. But they don't feel the same. She doesn't even feel the same. The bloodlust she used to have, it was weaker than before. She feels stronger in a different way. Could the sherry magic her mother flooded her body with on that day, could it be fighting the vampiric influence that made her strong? Could it be winning? Her recollection was cut short by her sister's interruption. "Ruby, wake up!" Amethyst's glare was straight and even. "We have no time for daydreams. Fuck, it's like being in school. We are nearing the end of the dungeon and the realization of our fates. We must focus." She then looked at the others. "You two, and you, Xynn, are you ready to push on?" Xynn laughed. "I'm always ready for more killing, Maiden. Let's continue. Today feels amazing. Nice and cool and cloudy and windy. Feels like autumn. Autumn is here. Well, autumn's here in the UK, like, visually. It's here in the UK visually. Like, leaves have started to fall. It's a little bit cool. It's kind of like early 20s isn't cool, is it? Like, in the day it's like 21. But now, according to Debian, it's 16 degrees. Which is fine. I'm happy with 16 degrees. Why, what's it like over there in Indiana? Indiana. You see, I would normally say Indiana. I get self-conscious now. Indiana. I'm going to make an effort to say Indiana now. The Gemstone Prophecy, Chapter 20, nearing the end. So, this is really where it's all going to culminate. Pretty much. After this, we're going to get Bloodstone. Nearing the end. So, when we finish this dungeon, what's next? Oh, yeah, that's true. There's only one thing to do after this. Well, I remember that gate in the first portal room and these images in the armor rooms. I guess we solve the puzzle and then go past the gate, said Emerald with a weary voice. That is where we will save the world, children, Ruby said, full of confidence. But we do not need to get ahead of ourselves. We need to get to the end of this dungeon and get my armor first. Then we can worry about what's next. Keep focused on what we're doing now. Emerald and Sapphire seemed ashamed as they bowed. Yes, Lady Ruby. Amethyst looked in awe. Surely this couldn't be the little sister she left behind on that fateful day, could it? Surely something has happened to her, but what? Ruby's right. Amethyst said as she stood up. We need to get this done. When we all get our armours, I feel that is when the real battle begins. Onward, maidens. I take it that the armours don't actually have any bearings on their ability to fight or anything. I don't think they do. I'm going to save once more. And let's see what happens next. I think also... What the fuck is that up ahead? That's some, like... That's one big gargoyle. But I'm going to... Oh, look! They all got shut out. Nice touch. But one of them came through. Was it Amethyst? I'm not surprised. She always gets up on the vanguard. Well done, Amy. Amy. What about the rest of you? Look at them. They look like gerbils in a pet shop. There's got to be a lever here to get them out. But... Oh, is this going to be the one? Is this going to let them... Is this going to work? Amethyst, can you move, please? Yes, it did. Okay, cool. Number... Oh, this is a Gemstone Prophecy Pass 4. We've got a lot of Gemstone Prophecy books to be reading. I may leave it to people to go to the Discord to read the Gemstone books. We know about the girls and where they've come from, what they've done, but the Discord has all the literature in the literature channel. Somebody being... Oh... Fucking hell. It was a canine obstruction. I wonder if we should have, like, looted that vampire. I mean, not vampire, but, this guy. Oh, well, it was actually rather important that we did that. Okay. Okay, so this is going to take us through here, yes? Oh, I was expecting another locked door. This is probably one of the geekiest Skyrim mods I've played, with all the literature. Right, let's have you lot in here. I'm just going to hang back and watch. It's not like we need to do any work, but we are going to keep away from the blades after last time. Falram. Which one is Falram? Is that him? Can't even fucking see. Okay, let's go on. Let's help out a bit. Falram is this guy. Oh, that was beautiful ending. Stunning ending to the fight. Not that he's got particularly much that we need. That's over. Everything is finished. I think the weather, Nick, also helps people's moods. I know that over in the US, you guys have been suffering a little bit with the heat in the last couple of weeks. So maybe the autumn just kind of improves things. It makes people feel not so stressed out. Falrum's Claw, this is going to take us into the final room. This is disorientating. Will it take us? Yep, that takes us back. So we've really sped up a lot more since yesterday. It's probably because we 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably because we have managed to sort out some of the techie things from yesterday. We're not going to go into Whiterun. We're going to go into... Well, it's right around here. We need to go to the armor room, the final armor room. It's quite a nice touch that they're all behind... I was about to say behind sealed doors, but... I thought they were behind several more sealed doors than that. Hang on a sec. This is quite interesting. It seems to me that now that we've come out here, the doors have sealed when they shouldn't have done. Avin's Claw was the first, which is Bear Moth Owl. I'm just going to do an experiment. Bear Moth Owl. Right. Yeah, for some reason all the doors have resealed themselves. Unless that's intentional. This is Moloth's Claw, is it? Oh, it should tell us on the side here. Moldoff's Claw, excuse me. Which is... I should be able to remember these by heart now. Snake, Wolf, Moth. Snake, Wolf, Moth. Okay. Barzard's Claw. That was Emerald's room. Which is Foxmoth Dragon. And then there'll be one final one after this. I'm curious to see what we have to do in order to meet Bloodstone. Is it just going to be just in a chamber, or are we going to have to go through another dungeon? Sapphire's armor room. Falrum's Claw. Falrum's Claw. Which is Hawk, Dragon. Okay. Now we're definitely going to save after this, because nobody wants to go through doing that again. So this is the final room. This is Ruby's room. They just sort of wait outside, which is great. I don't want them to come inside. It's inconvenient. We're going to see if we can put the cuirass on her. We've only had one girl who that's worked with so far, and that's been Emerald. The sum of the parts. We'll read that in a second. Let's do an experiment with Ruby. I'm going to save once more. Hello. Oh, for God's sake. So much female flesh. Trade. Right. Let's try and do this. Ruby's cuirass, is this going to work? No, it didn't work. Oh, the meshes for these are buggered, these two. Absolutely buggered. No. No way. Okay, never mind. That's fine. What about, can we give her her can we give her a weapon at least? Oh, we can do that. Okay, she gets a katana thingy at least. That's fine. Right. Okay. Let us read the final part. Presumably, what's going to be the final part? The sum of the parts. Now, this is armor. If only that she'd had it. I hope I get to enjoy it for a while. It wasn't very long. I think there may be a chance of that. The Stone Sisters were always a formidable duo. True, Amy, I think we may actually have a chance here. Emerald was also enthusiastic. Well, we have the weapons, the armor, and I'm sure we have raised the last gate. Oh, I hope so. Let's check it out. We need to make sure supplies are good, and then once that's a go, we'll port back to the main room and go through the hall. That's about it, Sapphire said with a smile. And now to find our destiny. Okay. So, just going to go through all of these just to make sure. The Hall of Valor requires key. Rubies. Amethysts. So yeah, I think that's the one. The Hall of Valor. Where is the key to this place? And go through the hall. Was it in that room somewhere? I mean, we could just unlock it. I mean, we could just do that. We've unlocked so many doors through console commands for various reasons. So I'm just going to go back and check, and if it's not in here, then we can just console it. Oh, there is something up there. Oh, there is. Look. That's it. Okay. I feel a bit better for not cheating. It's only cheating if we had to use it. We didn't have to cheat. Okay, let's see what happens now. Wow, this is a cool place. This is the kind of place where you get plenty of action. Look at it. It looks so like a final boss kind of zone. Read Bench Hammett. Bench Hammett is the architect. He provided the 4 main dungeons for the original version of Gemstone Prophecy. When that mod ended up crapping out, because I didn't update on my end in a timely fashion, and I had to start all over, Bench was a true friend and created 4 all-new dungeons exclusively for the Gemstone Prophecy. He's been a huge help throughout the whole process. He has a great dungeon pack on the Nexus with over 20 dungeons included. It's actually 32, I think, now. Hammett's Dungeon Pack. Check him out on Nexus. Yep, he is fantastic. No. What the fuck is... Why is there a fish here? Oh, it's come out of the water. Okay. File 1974. The whole story started right here. The Gemstone Maidens and their story began with me and this girl. Fail74 is the mother of the original Gemstone Maidens. She is the creator of the original versions of Amethyst, Ruby and Emerald. Oh, that's interesting. On Nexus. And also did some makeup work on Sapphire. She has a large number of followers on her Nexus page, many of which are hot files. After a long absence, she is now returning to Skyward modding. Oh, that's cool. Wow. That's awesome having Nocturnal there. That's a good view of Sapphire as well, to be honest. Are these slaughterfish supposed to be here? I doubt whether they are. There are more little books here. More on Bench Hammett. Oh, I see. Are these books all the same? They're kind of like for show. Pandorable. When I wasn't sure about remaking the Maidens, Pandorable came to my rescue. Even though she had to work in a set of tight constraints, she redesigned their looks. Oh, this is another developer. Pandorable also provided the preset for her girl Catherine, which ended up a much larger part of the mod storyline, including a separate book set and what ended up being the final boss. Right. She's also expanded the universe by including Gemstone storyline aspects in her followers by way of journal entries and such. She's also been a great person by suggestions and ideas while the mod progressed. Pandorable has many followers on Nexus, and most of all of them are hot files. It's nice to include these little credits. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to go through all of them. There are quite a few. Massive Master. She created an exclusive version of Baby Doll X skin for the Maidens. That's a cool skin, to be fair. I'm going to check it out later. Many retextures. Baby Doll X. Massive Master. Okay. Ashes to Ashes. So these are credits, which it's a nice touch, but I'm not sure how much, you know, if it makes good viewing on the stream if I went through all these in detail. But we can skim them at least. There's a note. Dear Bob, I think I did it again. I made you believe we're more than just friends. Seriously, why? Why the Britney Spears lyrics? Chapter 22, nearing the final battle. Whose cuirasses are these? Take Maiden Armor. Oh, presumably this is for her. She can wear this herself. She's even got space in her inventory to do so. Let's take a look. What it looks like on her. She wouldn't normally, but seeing as it's here, we can take a look at what it looks like on her. Oh, it's the textures just hasn't worked at all, unfortunately. Well, Okay, what we're going to do is put her in full normal mage armor, not age armor, robes. So that'd be Master Robes of Destruction. And she doesn't have any gloves normally, and she doesn't have a cloak either. But we are going to give her a necklace, which will give her more health points. This is how she normally looks. This is her normal outfit. Alright, chapter 22. Amethyst was puzzled. What's this, another set of armor? We all get a set, Amy. Of course, Xynn would get set too. That's nice. Sapphire was also a little doubtful. Why does it look old? Like it's already been through a battle? The maiden's discussion was cut short by a small voice. It was left here, but not by us. The maiden spun around to see a familiar face. Old woman! Emerald exclaimed. What are you... How did you... The old woman smiled. I am but a messenger from the Divines. I have come to congratulate you on the job you've done so far, and to let you know the real battle is ahead, but this armor is unexpected. Amethyst looked at the old woman. Whose armor is this? The old woman paused. This was the armor of the Diamond Maiden. The Diamond Maiden, they all said at once. You are not the first maidens, nor will you be the last. There are 8 sacred gemstones that influence the creation and choosing of the maidens and their armor and weapons. The Diamond Maiden was the last to fall, the last time this threat came upon the world. Along with citrine, topaz and onyx, she destroyed the last bloodstone. But to find this here, this is not a good sign. Why? Asked Sapphire. That doesn't matter right now, the old woman said as she turned to the Dragonborn. You can wear it or not. It's up to you. It will not matter in the end. She then paused for a moment. This will be the toughest battle you'll face. Be strong, maidens. Trust each other and protect one another. It's only by giving everything that you'll defeat this evil. Amethyst's eyes became a sharp glare. What do you mean, giving everything? But alas, the old woman had again vanished. Well, Emerald said, we've got to get ready. Before we do this, we have to have our heads on straight and we need to be at full power. Heal up and get any supplies we need from Riverwood, and then it's time, maidens. Let's go. Well, we don't need anything from Riverwood. Does this go to Riverwood, this portal? These gemstone books, like I say, they're in the Discord and people can read them there within the literature channel. So this has got to be the area of the final battle. I'm not actually sure how one was supposed to go to Riverwood. Maybe there was a... like a door that I missed to go through to Riverwood. But presumably this is going to be it then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Is this Bloodstone? No, it's a Dragon Priest. Is the Dragon Priest Blood? No, it's not. This is a distraction. This is what this is. Is he down already? Dragon Priests at this level really are not particularly challenging. Right, is that it? Can you chill out? What's she up to? They all seem to have like decided to have a go at Sapphire. Which is kind of amusing but unnecessary. God, you girls, honestly, just chill out. No, this is some this is some bug. Okay, are you ready? Are you all not going to fight now? Right. This guy wasn't particularly tricky at all. And hopefully after we do this, I'll just leave them to do it. They can deal with it. I didn't want my intervention to cause any issues. Maybe what happened is they started like fighting them and one of them hit the other and they ended up sort of glitching out and then fighting each other. Yeah? Are you all alright now? Amethyst alright, she's down, she'll be fine. Okay. Good. Chapter 3 at Blood's Door, this is it. Okay girls, Amethyst said, this is it. You all ready? Ruby was confident. I am, as she looked at Emerald and Sapphire. Are you ready? Sapphire and Emerald looked at each other, then at Ruby. We are ready, Lady Ruby. Ruby waved them off with her hand. Enough with all that Lady Ruby stuff, we're all sisters now. Ruby said as she raised her voice. We'll fight together as equals. Amy, I have an uneasy feeling about this, you? Amethyst thought for a moment. We were brought together for this purpose. We are linked to that bloodstone person, not just as divine creations, but as maidens. I keep thinking about what the old woman said about having to give everything to defeat her. Suddenly the old woman was again with them. You're right, you are linked together. The prophecy has always been one of sacrifice, pure and simple, giving everything to defeat evil. Wait, Emerald piped up. Are you saying we have to die to win here? Sapphire looked down. I don't think she has to say it, does she? We've all felt this strange connection since this started, even stronger than the one we share, Emerald. Our life essences are connected. Killing her will mean killing all of us. Yes, dear, said the old woman. They always say that. Yes, dear. It's true. And you must be ready, for as soon as you cross this threshold, the battle for the fate of the world will begin. Amethyst then stood up. That is what we'll do. That is our purpose. There's a legend of a great divine man who said, all man and all divine, who was all man and all divine, and who said, there is no greater love than this, than a man laying down his life for his friends. But this is for more than friends, this is for the whole world. When I think of how I'm going to die, there is no greater way I can imagine than doing it while saving the world. You're right, sister, Ruby said, and put her hand on Emerald's shoulder. She looked at her and Sapphire and smiled. Bravery is not the absence of fear, it is acting in the presence of it. I choose you girls because I sense something inside you, a strength, a courage. I know that you're capable and stronger than you realise. Now it's our time. Now is the time for the tale of the Gemstone Maidens to become legend. Emerald smiled and thrusted her bow into the air. You're right. Okay, let's do it. For Tamriel, what else are you going to do it for? It has to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, save. Let's see how tough this mega boss is. Lair of the Bloodstone. This looks... Okay, so this is obviously the battle arena. Just gonna see if the audio has sorted itself out. No, it hasn't. Nope. Well, let's not waste any time. It'd be absolutely fucking hilarious if she wasn't resistant to paralyze this bloodstone. It's just as when I looked down, I was just going to fucking jump over there. Oh. Nearly did. Is that her? That's her. These charred corpses are getting in the way. She's. I mean, respect. She's quite hard. Is she resistant to paralyze? Oh my god, she's not resistant to paralyze. I don't fucking believe it. I don't believe it. That was something of an oversight. We can just spam paralyze on her now. Oh, the fact that I just paralyzed Ruby. Never mind. Should we? I mean, she's half dead anyway. Should we just let her run around a bit? It looks like we don't have to do too much anyway. The girls are doing it. I'm surprised though throughout this whole mod that my character hasn't even leveled up once. But it's because she hasn't really had very much to do. I hope we get some good loot from this. Oh, I wasn't the only one casting Paralyze. Okay. Come on, Bloodstone. Let's just dual cast it. Let's get it over with. There we go, is that it? Is that over? Yeah. That's an inconvenient position to die in. Let's have a look at her. Oh, nice skin. Very nice skin, I have to say. So you get all this Daedric stuff if you're into that. Goodbye, my friend. How many diamonds? Oh, it doesn't matter. Shard of the Blood Diamond. It's a very nice skin. I'll give the modder who did that they did a good job on that. Very good job. Let's read the note. Dear Hershizel, I'll not be returning. I didn't want to tell Mother and Father because I didn't want to start an argument. No one can understand the choice I've made, but that's fine. I've been chosen to be part of a grand destiny. I'm to be part of a team that will save the entire world from a great evil. I've been told that I'm a diamond in the rough. Oh, that's her. And that my skills can help to put an end to this attack on our way of life, even our life itself. My days of prancing around the Blue Palace and shopping at the Radiant Raiment is over. Hearing Freya talk about honour and fighting all this time, I finally understand what she meant. I know Father wouldn't think this is something a lady would do, but I must go and help. I'll no longer sit idly by while people die for no reason. Molag Bal will not destroy the world. I will not let him. I'll become the Diamond Maiden, as the old lady said, and together with the others I'll save you. I'll save all of you. You've always been such a great help to my family and I. Please see that Father gets this letter. Love, Lady Catherine. There was an unexpected twist to the story. Let's just look round her little cavern here. Oh, what else have we got? Another boss chest. Chapter 24. After the fight. I'm so beat. You all okay? Well, it wasn't that tough. Emerald also made it to her feet and exclaimed, "We won, we beat her, and wait, we're still alive? I thought we were supposed to die." "It's because of that selfless sacrifice that you're still here," spoke an alpha-familiar voice. "Old woman, what do you mean?" Ruby's voice was stern. "We have fought and won, and we have neither the time or desire for riddles. It's no riddle, child. You may thank the divine goddess Dibella, as she has a soft spot for you girls in her heart. When you threw yourselves into battle, knowing you were to lose your lives, she decided that this would be your gift. Relish it. For you never know when your life will end. Goodbye, children. You've saved the world. You are truly maidens." And then the old woman was gone. Sapphire started waving her hand and drew their attention as she seemed to find something on the body of the now slain Bloodstone. "Look, girls, there's a letter here. I think Bloodstone wrote it." "I don't know, Saph," said Emerald. "Let's read it. Maybe it'll give us a clue." The girls read the letter and were speechless. They stood there for what seemed like eternity. Finally, Ruby spoke up. We may never know what really happened, what her motivations were, only that what she started as was far different from what she became. But that time is over. Let us make our way out of here. The Hall of Treasures. You mean we get even more spoils and this hall isn't enough? I think this hall's pretty awesome. Especially with the burnt corpses. Don't see many of those around. So do we get more spoils or something? We've got a reduced frame rate is what we've got. Something here is playing fucking havoc with the graphics. No idea what. I'm thinking it's the floor textures. Divine thanks. Congratulations. You have vanquished a great evil from our world, if only for now. You have made and witnessed great sacrifices to achieve this. We have true rewards. Ahead is the Hall of Rewards. In this room lies many rewards that should help you no matter what path you decide to take. You'll be able to return to the hall after you leave, as it may be difficult to carry all of the rewards in one trip. It's like shopping with extra coupons. Thank you again. Thank you for accepting this quest, for finishing it, and for saving the world. Make sure that you only visit the exit hallway directly in front of you after you visit each hall. The exit hallway contains the last set of books, which is essentially the last scene. Take the time to read them, as it wraps up the tale we have weaved for you. Let's go and have a look. Okay, I'm glad that it wasn't a follow-on from there, because I was worried about the frame rate. Oh, it is a follow-on from there. Yeah, frame rate isn't great. But we got some nice cuirasses. Definitely. Oh, the maidens have gone. Never mind. I'd like to see what one of these looks like on Xynn, though. Like this one. Oh, it fell down, lol. I just want to see if it works. Blood Diamond Cuirass. Oh, it does. It looks pretty nice. It does look pretty nice. They would probably look better with some... The frame rate is just, like, really not good. Let's try it with the nice small boots. That kind of works. So it's a nice piece, and they're all nice pieces. But let's give her this back, and let's dump that for frame rate purposes. Smithing materials, there's a load of stuff here. Ruby Paragon, it's just like all the biggest wealth related. Key to Gemstone Manor. Oh, you get a house as well, do you? Just general riches and great stuff. Ingredients if you're an alchemist. I think that, yeah, the far exit is over here. And we're still having the frame rate issues. The end part 1, the end part 2, the end part 3, the end part 4. I mean, these are large things, and I'm not sure that everybody wants to hear me read them out on stream. Oh, I missed the big reveal. You did miss the big reveal. You did. I was most surprised. Most surprised. But yeah, Bloodstone wasn't that tough, especially with the 4 maidens. This is the last scene. It is the last scene. I was just saying that, yeah, we've got 4 pieces of literature to read here, and I'm not sure whether people want me to read them all out on stream. These 4 books. It may be better that they go into Discord and read them in the literature channel, I would think. But I'm gonna check to see what's here. And there, yeah, 5 parts. I mean, I could read them all. What's beyond here? So you get... no, they're not too long. Alright, they're not too long. Okay. 5 is the thank you. Let's have a look. Okay. The end, part 1. In the end, the maidens were triumphant as they made their way out. The diviners looked at them from above. Well, that was an interesting turn of events, was it not? Okay, question. Mara, what say you? Mara just stood there. I'm not sure. They were supposed to die and they didn't. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Are you serious? Debella's voice rose up quickly. You'd rather them die after everything they did? Mara looked at Debella. I'd rather things unfold the way they're supposed to. It's not good when we put our hands into things that they should not be into, Debella. Debella just smiled. Well, sometimes things need adjusted. These girls saved the world. They're heroes. They should be able to grow old and enjoy the fame for what they did. Not like the last maidens. You just let them die. This is kind of a nice touch, to be honest. Did you get the key? Yes, we did get the key. Debella was almost in tears at the memory of the last maidens. Juliana wasted no time interjecting. And we see what happened after that now, do we not? He thought for a second. How she became so vicious and evil, so sad. It's just not so fair that the old maidens had to sacrifice their lives to save the world. Such pain they went through, and knowing full well that death was coming to them, that's insane. RK then said, insane maybe, but not unheard of. It reminds me of that legend, Stendar. Number 2. The God of Mercy thought for a moment. You know, I believe you're right. What legend is this you speak of, Stendar? Mara demanded. He explained, it's a legend that was given to the Sherry. I don't know where it came from, but according to this legend there was a god that was so powerful he created just by speaking. He created all that is just by saying it to be so. Mara seemed intrigued. What does this have to do with anything? Well, Stendar went on, the legend states that as time went on the world had grown so evil that it was surely headed towards destruction. Well, this sounds familiar. Yet this god was so compassionate and loving that he did not wish for his creation to suffer the endless torment that awaited them. So he sent his only son, this sounds familiar too, who gave his life in exchange for the souls of the world to spare them from damnation. Wait, Debella said sharply. He gave his own son's life to save mortals? More like the son willingly did it. But the thing is, Stendar paused, is that according to the ancient text, the son was revised not 3 days later, which was to further show the power of this god. Debella stood up. Well, that's a great example. At least that god was kind enough to see the sacrifice his son made and revive him. Debella, it's just a legend, and according to it, the son went through excruciating pain and torture before being hung to die by the very people he came to save. Seems they didn't believe he was this god's son and killed him for it. Irony. It seems existing even in legend, Mara sneered. It seemed like reviving him was the least he could do after all that, eh? Debella looked away. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about that now. Though it would have been nice if the last maidens did not have to die. Stendar then walked over to Debella and whispered into her ear, actually, I have something to show you. Come with me. Ending part 3 of 4. Just looking at the ceiling to see if there's anything up there. But there isn't. What the skybox was. Stendar walked with Debella into another room and over to a portal. Look into the portal, Debella. Debella looked into the portal, not sure what she was looking at until... An island? What do I care about? And wait, is that... Yes, it is. Is that... Wait, and what is this place? Well, after the last prophecy, I felt the way you do now. I chose to do something about it, so I created this island. But the decree, why would you go against it, Debella asked. I didn't, Stendar said. But I see the old maidens, Onyx, Citrine, even her. How is that possible? Debella, well, to be blunt, it's not them. I could not revive them, but I could grab their souls. I placed these souls in new bodies and placed them on the island. They live and enjoy life on the island, but only there. They can't leave, but I imbued in them a sense of fulfillment, so they have no yearning to leave in the first place. If your maidens would have perished, I was prepared to do the same with them. Thankfully, there's no need now. DeBello was grateful. Thank you, Stendar. Don't worry, he uttered. This cannot be unmade, even if the others don't like it. I am a god of mercy after all, am I not? Plus, we may need them again one day. And if so, it will benefit us to know where they are. Okay, 4 of 4. So that's it then, DeBello said as she walked out of the portal room. The Bloodstone has been beaten and Xynn has been rewarded handsomely. Yes, she has. Or at least they will see that reward next. They should have their final key now. Stendar agreed. This is the best way. The prophecy is cyclic, and Malagbal struck even earlier this time than last. I get the feeling we have to do this again before long. But if the gemstones have not regained their power by then, we still have 4 more we can use, Juliana smiled, and 4 new maidens that can defend the world. Yes, you're right, DeBella said, now sure and happy. My maidens did well. Well, I suppose I'll see you all then, when fate brings us together again. Until next time. DeBella rose to leave, and as she did, Julianas also stood up. DeBella, one more thing. DeBella sighed. What is it now, Julianas? I just wanted to say, Julianas said with a small smile on his face, you do pay quite a convincing old woman. As DeBella walked forward towards the door, she stopped for a moment, looked towards Julianas. Thank you, she said with a smile. And with that, she was gone. The end. Finale. There we go. Those books weren't so long. But let's look at 5. Thank you for playing my mod. I hope you enjoyed it. I did, certainly. Please consider endorsing it on Nexus. I hope you grab the key from the treasure room. You'll need it to get through the last door. The maidens will return. To keep up with upcoming mods, join my YouTube channel, World of RipX. I didn't even know you had a YouTube, RipX. That's good news. And you still updating it? Because I can't remember when this was released, this mod. Here they all are. This is actually a pretty nice place. Look at this place. But we don't have the problem now with the frame rate, so that was obviously something to do with... Thank you for linking it, RipX. Obviously, that was something to do with the floor tiles. There's a frame rate drop. I normally get suspicious about floor tiles. Let's take a look around. This is almost kind of Romanesque, isn't it? Is it possible for her to live here if she so desires? This is very inspired by like affluent Roman Constantia. Who is Constantia? Is there dialogue specifically for Constantia? We don't want to eat her. Oh, she's the owner of the shop. Okay. This is a nice place. It's a big place as well. This goes through to... Fucking hell, this is huge, RipX. Oh, that's very nice. That's a nice smithing area. And that is a very sexy kitchen as well. Very nice. I'm certainly impressed. This is great. I mean, you get a lot of custom houses in Skyrim. This is like for the alchemy obsessed, isn't it? It's a beautiful alchemy area, I have to say. Very beautiful. Now, if you're a mage like Xynn is, you want a nice kind of enchanting area. Presumably, there's a nice enchanting area somewhere. Oh, this is it. This is the enchanting area. This is a beautiful enchanter. Very, very nice. Should we go up the stairs? Actually, what's through this door? Unlock Skyrim requires key. We need a key to get back to Skyrim. Let's go up the stairs. Is this like the master activate handle? Is this like... This is some master bedroom. Fucking hell, man. To be honest, RipX, I mean, is it you who designed this? This doesn't look like a Hammett piece of work. Look up. Oh, it wasn't you who designed this. Who designed it? Leo Mallon. Okay. No, it's really, really well. He gave me the mod 4 years ago to use. Is this a separate mod then? Like, did he make this house and it became incorporated? Is that what happened? Yeah. It's very nice. So what's the name of it? Well, I suppose one could always find out. This has turned into a right 01 Leon player house on Nexus. Okay. This has turned into a right harem, this place, hasn't it? Xynn and the 4 maidens in this kind of environment. You'd never want to leave it, would you? I feel like I've... Do you know where this painting is from? I recognise this painting. It's actually an album cover. There's a shortcut to Archmage's quarters. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. This mermaid picture is an album cover from a band called Sirenia. And the album is called... Yeah, I'm not sure if he's allowed to do that. I'm sure that's a copyright breach somewhere. But that picture is from the cover of a Sirenia album called Tales of the Deep Blue. I mean, I can see why he's put it there. It's an amazing album cover. It's beautiful. In fact, that album cover is my user icon on my laptop. But that's what it is. It's Sirenia is the name of the band. Spelled like that. The island version has pics of Amy and Ruby. Okay. I do really like the other picture, but I'm trying not to show it because I don't know how far it classes as something that, you know, Twitch wouldn't necessarily want to be shown. If you exit, it's Riverwood. Okay, I'm just trying to find my bearings. But how do we... Hang on, this was just one of the exits, though. This is just one of the... You can console unlock. Okay, sure. This was just one of the places going down. So I'm just going to explore the other areas. Oh, so this is where we came in, I think. East balcony. Is this where we came in? Hang on. Let's have a look. I want to know which one we came in on. Constance was on our right when we entered, I think. Look, this could be like their bedroom or something. I'm going to check to see what this one is up here. Back door. Okay, I've got to check this out. Unless this takes us back to where we came in. Yeah, this does. So, okay. That's cool. So East balcony is a separate exit, separate area. Let's have a look. Unless it takes us to another little outsidey area that we didn't know about. Oh no, it's actually a balcony. Okay, awesome. It's beautiful. So the location of that town looks to me like it could be Falkreath. Not too sure. It could be Falkreath. I'm not sure. Riverwood. Okay, Riverwood. I was thinking it looks a little small for Falkreath, to be honest. The Manor of Gemstones. That's a great mod. Which presumably, if you install it, is in Riverwood, right? It hasn't been moved for this. So... So that was back door. That was east balcony. Is there a west balcony? There is a west balcony. So this looks out over... I prefer this view. There's also a smelter outside. This is what everybody should have on their balcony. The smelter. The house by itself. Oh, well done for linking it, RipX. That's great. Okay. So this will take us down to the main area, which is an awesome area. And it's a beautiful house. It's a really beautiful house. Stunning. And then we can console lock and go into Skyrim. If you get the house by itself, it's still in Riverwood at the spot. Okay. Alright. Where is... Just out of... Oh! Oh, I probably had the key anyway. We had the key. We had the key. It was the one we picked up earlier. Gemstone Manor discovered. So, out of interest, RipX, what do we do with these girls now? I mean, you know, the mind boggles, but what do we do with them? Can we just sort of dismiss them all? Where do they go if we dismiss them? Dismiss them before you play the next mod. Okay. But if we dismiss them, where do they go to? Do they go inside back to their what's? Their spots? Back to their where? Their spots, which are where? What, like, oh, do you mean in Skyrim, like where they started? Yeah, where you got them, right. So like Sapphire would go back to Windhelm, Emerald would go back to Falkreath, Ruby would go back to Markarth, and Amethyst would go back to Riften. I see. And presumably you could pick them up from there again. Hopefully, right, yeah. Presumably you could pick them up from there if you needed them. It's time for us to part ways. Off you go. It was fun. Amethyst, not sure what to do with you yet. Ruby can go. Bye, Rubes. See you later. Or do the my house, your house thing. Well, yeah, I suppose. I suppose you can't marry them, can you? Well, Xynn wouldn't be interested in marrying them anyway. She's not interested in that. Ruby, you were supposed to go. Oh, it's it's done its thing. I should have known better. Yeah, of course. Of course. Okay, well, that's fine. What we will do is... But I want to end it a little bit cleanly. So... what I'm going to do is just go back and do a kind of little outro thing for this just before you leave work, RipX. Should be leaving in a few minutes as well, so the timing's gone pretty well. I will say you should have an autosave. But yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking as well. If we just go continue, it should have autosaved it. There we go. So there they all are. Right. Yeah, good timing. Okay, two things I'm going to say, which is, did I have a favourite girl out of all of them? It was either Sapphire or Amethyst. Even though it'd be good to have Emerald's a very decent archer, it was one of those two. And the second thing that I want to say, no, don't worry, you can all chill out. The second thing that I want to say is, Aim's my fave, but Ruvy's a fan fave. Oh, really? Be interesting to see what... I haven't actually read. Do they have their own... Can you get them individually from Nexus? Can you get them individually? Oh, that's cool. Like, you can get them individually, or you can get them as a group, can you? It's a good way to promote them, to be fair. It's a good way to promote them, to have them kind of... individually. I'm starting to notice a startling similarity between Amethyst and Ariana Grande, I have to say. That was probably unintentional. The Maidens of Prophecy. Okay, I see. I see. The four girls and the four girls with new hairs. Oh, okay, awesome. Okay. Yeah. For hair fetishists, it's good as well, definitely. Amethyst style is good. Sapphire's is good as well. Anyway, that is really all about it for this. I'm going to do a hard save. And it interferes with Gem 1 and Gem 2. Yeah, so, like, I think what we're going to do with regard to the channel is, if there's interference, we'll just restart Xynn a little bit from just before she started this, which was on Sunday, I think, after Desolate Vale. I think she did Desolate Vale. That's what we did on Sunday. So just after that. But these... It doesn't make much difference to her skills at all, because the girls did most of the fighting work, she didn't. So we're going to be doing more stuff from RipX very, very shortly. And RipX, I want to say thank you for the mod. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to stream it. I'd wait to check Maidens of Prophecy till you're all done. It's just to follow a mod. Okay. Okay. You're welcome. Thanks for streaming. Well, it's my pleasure. Really enjoyed it. Very interesting mod. Very well done. Very well organised. I mean, it's kind of complex when you've got 4 characters and you're potentially working with a 5th character as well. So that's tricky. But you carried that off well, I thought. Great that you got Hammett involved, and great that he was as beneficent and magnanimous as he was, and that he's still modding regularly. You know, even now he seems to have gathered pace and is churning out new dungeons every 1 month or 6 weeks or so currently. So thank you very much. Also gonna say thank you to whoever else was in the stream, Scoopy, AJG, Nick, our lurkers, whoever they may be. Thank you for being here. Also going to say thank you to Scoop is around. Hi Scoop, I knew you were lurking there. Also going to say thank you to CO.AG for providing the ambient music soundtrack, all of which is available on YouTube, and it's all royalty free and it's all copyright free. That's why we can include it in the channel. So that's all. Next stream most likely going to be on Sunday. I'd like to do a Saturday one, but I've got some other work that I need to be doing. So most likely Sunday evening, 7 PM UK time, to see exactly what's going to be going down on the channel. Take a look in the Discord. Please join the Discord. The link is in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and it's also linked from the About page. So the About page of this profile, obviously, channel. So thank you very much. That's about it. Goodbye from me, goodbye from Xynn, and I am off to have a beer. Good night. Take care all.